Your spouse will never hurt you.
Let me take a half of water.
Once an experience. Sips water.
Yes. This is a big myth. In fact, the one who will hurt you the most is that spouse of yours. And we all know it's the closest people who hurt us.
Who hurt us the
because
most.
they're the ones who we've kept in our hearts dearly. I mean, people who are out there, they might hurt us, yes, but it's so easy to get over with because we don't expect so much from them. So when they do anything, we're like, oh well, it's okay. Oh, I feel bad, but it's fine.
It's fine.
But imagine your own love of your life.
The person you're counting on. The shield.
The heart is, maybe you talk about character development, the real character development. Baka, even the tongue.
Inakata.
The real character development is in marriage. You will be character developed. I mean, what do you have to say?
It's like you'll be broken, then you recollect the pieces.
Super glue. You have to work with it on a daily basis.
Because I'll say, I know I'm still in my honeymoon period, but there are little things that even within this year alone, you will see. And it's something so small that makes you really hurt.
Yeah, usually.
Really hurt. Something so small that you never thought would even annoy you, but because it's coming from them, it really makes you hurt, like deeply hurt.
Yeah.
I don't know, so your spouse
just
will
because
hurt
they
you.
maybe forgot something special, just because they maybe didn't do things the way you expect them to do, maybe they didn't apologize, maybe there's so many things that they do,
or they take something that you said so lightly, and to you that
like,
thing really means a lot to you. It can really hurt.
And sometimes it's not even directly doing the wrong thing, like we've said. Especially for men, they can really work. So you might feel hurt when you see them work more and not give you the time. And it begins even making you feel like, are you really still
or you're talking to him, or let me use the example, you're talking to this man and he's busy, literally he's busy doing something.
Yeah.
But you just want that attention. So the fact that he's not giving you the attention, that alone can make a
yeah. I don't know, women are just children, in adult bodies. But again, like we're saying, your spouse will hurt you so many times. You have to be ready and prepared for this. And we've always had a good marriage is a marriage filled with forgiveness. It's true, you have to do this on a daily basis. In fact, for me, I feel like the Bible was written for married people. Not even for Christians in church. Yes, of course, for Christians in church. But if people can apply the word in marriage, their marriages will begin flourishing.
A better place.
Because I mean, sometimes I'm like, this person looks like your enemy, and the Bible says love your enemy.
Love you.
I mean, you have to love.
Sometimes it feels like they're attacking you.
Yeah, because maybe you're not agreeing on something that especially when men can't. Men don't see so much of the details, so it may be so hard for them to agree with you in the get-go. But as time goes by, they begin to. You give them time. I mean, ni kama tu brain yao who process pole tuseme. Not ile mbaya, but compared to us, we process way faster than them. So you can imagine sometimes you might feel like you're antagonists. And I mean, God is still telling you at that time, still love your enemy. I mean, you still have to cook and bring food on the table and tell them I love you. So
and do it happily.
And not just, because God again says He looks at the heart. So, I mean, you don't just cook the food and the heart is groaning and.
And also, even the food. Now let me just get into the food.
Yeah.
Cooking food when you're angry, it shows. Because it doesn't come out well. I don't know if it works for you the same.
Well,
but for me, my mood really determines the output.
Okay, alright.
It does. So when I get into the kitchen angry, everything will reflect anger.
Okay, well, for me, I think I will just make the food. But again, I don't think that meal will be as sweet as when there's peace. There's definitely that difference. Of course, when you're serving food, there's a way you even put it on the table because you're at peace. But the days, you there's an issue. I mean, you are almost breaking everything because of the way you're placing them.
Doing things.
Yeah, so basically, guys, your spouse will hurt you and you have to be ready for that. And in fact, no one else might ever hurt you more than they do.
They do.
Yeah.
And that pain, I think it's deep. It's
Yeah, it's
very
very
deep,
deep.
because there are things that I wouldn't get angry at. I know we are supposed to summarize this, but things are just coming up.
Yeah.
So there are those things that normally I wouldn't even bother coming from anyone else.
Yeah.
I wouldn't bother. And being in a field where I work around men a lot, I go through, and I don't even get angry at some things thrown at me. But coming from him, like I feel it deep inside.
Oh my
deep
goodness.
inside, and I feel
You
I'm
usually
so
wonder,
hurt.
why are you so strong?
So hurt.
This strong woman. But when it comes to your house, you're
You're
this very
somebody different.
very different. I mean, like, I don't know how to put it, because I've also asked myself those questions so many times. Why do I look like a child who's helpless in my own marriage? And outside there, people
You're
see
a
you
strong
like
woman, yeah?
the independent woman. I mean, this woman makes her own choices, and she will the iron lady,
Yeah,
it's
it's amazing.
Yeah, I mean, it's just that there are weak points that the people who we opened our hearts and lives to. So you will definitely have to open in terms of positive and even negative. If you're really genuine, both you will experience both.
Is that where marriage will humble you came from?
Where real humility in marriage. I mean,
Let's move.
yeah. So this one, your spouse, okay.
Never had to.
It's a repetition. Or you didn't remove it?
I did.
Okay. So you will spend all your time together. I think we have touched on this
Yes,
one,
we have.
right? Yeah, but I think the kind of difference that this one has is, even when you are together, you might not spend all the time together. Like, you can be at home during the weekend, but all of you are busy doing your own things. Yeah. So basically, you have to just understand that your individuality remains even when you're married. Like, in as much as we are in each other's spaces, you have to be comfortable being around each other and not being on each other all the time.
True.
And especially because sometimes women have this problem and they're wondering, why is he with me and he's not even he's just in the bedroom, maybe making phone calls and not coming
Or
where
sometimes when he's looking at his phone and smiling, and
smiling,
like, I am here, why are you
why
smiling?
not? I know, right? So yeah, you might be together most of the time and still not be all around each other. So be willing. Sometimes when you as a woman, you're very busy. I mean, especially if you're at home together, you might be busy with your own housework, your own housekeeping, and him, maybe he's doing his own other things. So that's the reality of marriage. Sometimes you are in one house but still in two different worlds. Yeah.
You're just sharing the space, but everyone else is doing one or two things.
And the other thing I think is sometimes even allowing, you see, like we're saying, you will spend all your time together. Most of the time, in fact, because you said life revolves around other things, remember they can even have time to spend with their friends. And sometimes not even without you, like they can go on their own and leave you in that house.
Yes.
And you can go and leave them. Like, it's not always that, because now we are married.
We go everywhere
Together.
It's a perception. It's something we had in mind.
Yeah.
And I assumed that married people are always together.
Yeah.
And always spend time together. Always go to places together and hang and sit next to each other every time. But that is totally different.
Totally different. You can be you see, sometimes even in church, yes, you might be expected to sit together, but sometimes not possible. Why? Wherever this person is serving is very different from where you are.
Yeah, true.
So you reach and all of you become kingdom people, not just married. We begin focusing on what the kingdom desires. So you have to be ready for all that. If your guy loves sports, they will go out to watch games, to play games. If you love salsa, you might be going to dance all the time. Maybe you love swimming. maybe you might be doing those things on your own. So not literally everything 100% will always be done together with your spouse. So you have to maintain your individuality, because it's still the same thing that gives you the solid foundation to give back to this person.
True.
Yeah.
On that point, I don't have much to add.
It seems they're still spending a lot of time together. Honeymoon is still on.
You will always be in love.
Now, I
Tell
love the way
us.
we are finishing on that one. This one is a whole big topic, right?
You will always be in love. What is love?
Yeah. We'll always be in love.
You love me whether you're angry, so I
Yeah.
don't know. I am trying to figure it out. I think maybe because I'm still in love.
I think we are always in love with them. Actually,
But
if you really love this person, in fact, the time you feel like you love them the least, you begin realizing you love them more than you thought you can and you could. So, but the thing is here, I think love the emotion, not love the commitment and feeling. The emotion is not usually it's not a constant. Hiyo ni variables. Kwa math
XY.
kulikuwa na constant na kulikuwa na variables. Let me tell you, emotions are very varying, especially for women. Hey, we are very zinaendanga hivi, and in fact in one day a woman's emotions can go like this.
Zigzag.
Yes, see kama ya men can stay a whole week in the same place knowing my wife is fine. But us, 1 hour, the next hour, as in depending on the circumstances. But the truth is, sometimes you might even feel like, do I even love this person today? Do I even feel anything towards this person? But it's not just about the feeling. It's not always just about how much
it's more the
you feel.
commitment.
Yes.
That is where you'll always be in love if you choose to love. Because
Yeah.
it's also a choice again.
Yeah, love is definitely a choice. From the example was set by Jesus. He chose to love us by choosing the cross. He never just thought about, and he committed to it. To date, the cross continues to become an emblem of salvation. We can't just talk about salvation without the cross. And love is just the same thing. Are we committed to the words we give to our bride, we give to our bridegroom? So guys, it might never be something that will always come so naturally, so automatically. Sometimes you have to drag yourself. Like we have said, you've clearly had kuna wakati inabidi tu upike meals ukiwa
Umenuna.
Yes, because meals have to be cooked. Hatuwezi nuna na bado to lose weight. So we lose one.
I think my way of this is let me touch on the love. What is it called? We call them the love what? Love languages. So for me, one of my love languages is acts of service, and whenever I prepare a meal to my husband, and I think that is one thing I love so much, because I feel like I have given my all. So now when I'm angry or hurt, it gets a bit, it's confusing, because yes, you want to serve and you want to feel like you're giving your love, but it is that love that has been touched. So again, you're at a space that you don't really understand. And for this particular one, you will always be in love. This one, I think, I can't really say much. For now, I still believe you will always be in love. But there's that trigger. A little trigger that I've seen. I won't lie, in 1 year is long enough to have seen a few things.
It's a long time.
So for the little that I've seen, I would say there are times that you don't feel in love with this man. Even if it lasts 2 minutes or 30 minutes. But there are times that you just feel, you ask yourself if truly you are in love.
You see, the truth is, love is not everything. In fact, in anything, love is not everything. there's so much more to do with marriage than just love. Love is part of it. Love is a big fuel to this, boat. But let me be honest, you have to keep on bringing in things, like grace, like commitment, like, unity. All those other things have to keep, working together with
To fuel
love.
your love.
And in fact, these things, the more they are there, the more the love grows. More than love, hata mpendane aje, even if it's so, the love is so high, but you can't agree on something. It doesn't make sense. But the more you agree on something, the more the love is. Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much. We are done with
today's. It was fun, by the way. I
think we should do this more.
Yeah, and of course, can you tell us your expectations right down here, because we really want to demystify and tell you. We're talking about some of our experience, at least,
and be as real as you can be.
Yeah.
With your reality.
Yeah.
And your expectations.
And especially the expectations. We want to have a part 2.
Aside
part
from
3 or rather.
Can I really add on something or ask you a question about this?
No, please add.
I felt like asking you a question.
Okay.
But anyway, let us
just bring it on.
No, I just wanted to know, aside from these ones that we've been given, what was your biggest expectation?
My personal expectation.
Yes, just one.
I think most of them tumeziongelelea.
Zimepita hapa.
My biggest expectation, I think traveling together in many places. I mean, especially because now, because you talk of dancing, my person is that kind of person who loves traveling. It's a hobby for him.
Yeah.
In fact, people from Eastern, they just walk and always say it's just here. So they're just good at traveling. So I knew road trips.
Back to back.
Coasts. We'll be going to, in fact, hey, I have been waiting for a trip outside the country. I'm still waiting. So guys, I mean, there's so many expectations. And that is just one of them. I think I expected to be traveling so much, to just be having fun, especially because I also thought we had taken quite some time to just have a good foundation for the both of us. So kumbe traveling ilikuwa ya kazi. Although he still travels,
alikuwa job.
But ni kazi, si na mimi kumbe, that's the reality, and I had to accept it. I know one of these days that reality will
travel. He'll come through.
Yeah, he definitely will. Me and traveling, I will. The problem is traveling the two of you now. Until that comes. Yeah, so
that was awesome.
Yeah.
What do you expect from me?
Yeah, lazima balance.
Where?
One expectation.
My biggest expectations, quote unquote, couple goals. Being a photographer, I expected would be shoot after shoot.
Yeah,
I wanted to choke you guys on social media.
I think that was also an expectation for myself. I was like, these people, they must be having many photos.
I wanted to choke you on social media after 2 days photo. Every time, where are you? There's no time for that.
Yeah.
And it's just that photography is my work. Yeah. So I have to go to work. And he has to go to work. He won't follow me to work for a photo session.
Yeah.
We have to plan just like any other couple for our personal photo session. Sad reality. But we will try and balance it.
Yeah.
Photo lazima tuwachoke.
Yeah. Lazima.
Anyway, thank you so much.
In fact, I think I have more photos than her.
Yeah, you might be having more.
Yeah.
I think the last photos we took together was during our honeymoon. And now these other random ones we rarely do unless it's a selfie. And we have to really think about it because I'm not really a selfie person. So for me, if it's a photo, I want a pro photo. And I have that problem within me. So I don't just want any photo taken
Oh, yeah.
I just want a well planned session and with everything, lighting and everything. So getting that time for us, that's not working. So that expectation for now. I will try and balance and figure it out, and I hope he will watch this and try and get time.
Oh my goodness. Me life. Another reality that will come to, not we will still be unmet. Expectations. So anyway guys, thank you very much.
Thank you.
We hope to have more of these discussions. Yeah.
Have a blessed time, and if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe.
Oh yes.
Get us to 100 subscribers
And more.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye bye.